At 64, Michael J. Fox just dropped a shocker. He's revealing who he doesn't want showing up at his funeral. Born Michael Andrew Fox on June 9, 1961 in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada, he grew up as the fourth kid in a loud, busy family packed with energy and love. He had one brother and three sisters, all keeping the house alive with non-stop noise and laughter. His dad, William Fox, was the kind of man who didn't mess around, a police officer and a member of the Canadian Forces. Discipline, structure, and duty ran deep in the Fox home, and Michael learned early on what it meant to be responsible. His mom, Phyllis, was something else too, a woman of talent and heart, working as both a payroll clerk and an actress. She juggled it all with style, showing her son that strength and creativity could live in the same soul. But life wasn't always calm. Because of his dad's military career, the Fox family was constantly packing up and moving, city to city, new schools, new faces, never sitting still for long. It wasn't until 1971, when his dad finally hung up his uniform, that they found peace and planted roots in Burnaby, a cozy suburb of Vancouver. That place became the heart of Michael's childhood, the one spot where things finally felt steady and real. Even as a kid, Michael had big dreams and a wild mix of interests. Like any true Canadian, he had a serious love for ice hockey and once dreamed of skating his way into the NHL. He could already picture himself holding a stick, hearing the roar of the crowd. But his smaller size made that dream tough to chase in such a rough, high-speed world. So instead of giving up, he turned that same energy towards something new, something that would soon make him a global superstar. Michael's massive breakthrough hit in 1982 when he landed the role of Alex P. Keaton on NBC's hit series Family Ties. And that's when everything changed. For 7 straight years, from 1982 to 1989, he brought that sharp, ambitious young character to life with so much charm and personality that audiences across North America couldn't get enough of him. His performance wasn't just popular, it was award-winning, earning him 3 Emmy Awards and a Golden Globe, officially locking him in as one of TV's brightest stars. It was during this era that he chose the name the world now knows so well, Michael J. Fox, a respectful nod to an actor he admired, and a choice that would become legendary across the globe. But Michael wasn't stopping at television. He was about to blow up the big screen too. His role as Marty McFly in Robert Zemeckis' Back to the Future 1985 became one of the most iconic performances in movie history. The wild, creative storyline, paired with Michael's electric energy and totally relatable vibe, turned the film into a cultural explosion. It didn't just become a hit, it turned into a full-blown franchise, with blockbuster sequels dropping in 1989 and 1990. And he didn't limit himself to just one style either. Throughout the 1980s, Michael built a filmography that proved his versatility and wide appeal, showing the world he could handle comedy, drama, adventure, you name it. His range set him apart and solidified his status as one of the defining stars of the decade. Michael shot into full teen idol status with films like Teen Wolf, 1985, a wild and quirky dive into adolescence and self-discovery that fans still talk about today. Then came Light of Day, 1987, where he showed off his musical chops alongside Joan Jett, proving he had way more range than anyone expected. And in The Secret of My Success, 1987, he delivered a sharp, hilarious take on ambition and the chaos of corporate life, cementing his spot as one of the most versatile stars of the decade. But he didn't stop at comedy. Michael tackled drama head-on with Casualties of War, 1989, a powerful Vietnam War film where he delivered a performance that critics praised for its emotional depth and maturity. It was a major moment that showed the world he could shift from lighthearted roles to serious, soul-stirring work without missing a beat. Then, everything changed. At the height of his career, Michael received a life-altering diagnosis, Parkinson's disease, a progressive neurological disorder. It was a devastating moment. But instead of stepping back, he pushed forward with incredible strength and determination. He kept acting, proving his resilience with films like Doc Hollywood, 1991, a charming blend of comedy and drama, For Love or Money, 1993, a fast-paced romantic comedy, Life with Mikey, 1993, where he played a down-on-his-luck talent agent, and Grady, 1994, a sharp, dark comedy about family chaos. His performances during this period showed not just talent, but unbelievable heart and professionalism. Michael also reunited with Gary David Goldberg, the genius behind Family Ties, for the hit TV series Spin City, 1996. Playing the quick-witted deputy mayor of New York City, he lit up the screen again, showing off his signature comedic timing and the emotional depth that made audiences fall in love with him from the start. His role in Spin City reminded everyone that he was still one of the brightest, most beloved stars in television. Around that same time, he took on his final major theatrical film role as Frank Bannister in Peter Jackson's The Frighteners, 1996, delivering another standout performance that blended humor, heart, and supernatural suspense with his signature style. Michael earned serious critical praise for his role in The Frighteners, delivering a performance loaded with humor, tension, and real vulnerability. But his impact didn't stop at live-action roles. He also became a familiar voice for families everywhere. He brought characters to life in classics like Homeward Bound, The Incredible Journey, its sequel, Homeward Bound 2, Lost in San Francisco, the beloved Stuart Little, and Disney's Atlantis, The Lost Empire. These projects helped cement his staying power across generations, showing that his voice alone could win hearts just as easily as his on-screen charm. Even while his career continued to shift, Michael stayed active on television, making standout guest appearances in hit shows like Scrubs, 2004, Boston Legal, 2006, Rescue Me, 2009, and The Good Wife, 2010s. These performances earned him multiple Emmy nominations and wins, proving that his talent, timing, and charisma never faded no matter what challenges he faced. But Michael's influence stretches far beyond acting. He also opened up his life to the world through 3 powerful books that blend honesty, humor, and hope. His memoir, Lucky Man, 2002, tells the emotional story of his rise in Hollywood and his early experience with Parkinson's. Always Looking Up, 2009, digs deep into resilience, optimism, and how he learned to live fully despite the obstacles. And A Funny Thing Happened on the Way to the Future, 2010, mixes inspiration, wit, and real-world wisdom for anyone pushing through hardship.
These books don't just share his journey. They give strength to millions of people living with chronic conditions, showing them they're not alone and reminding them that hope can shine even in the darkest moments. On July 16, 1988, Michael J. Fox, already a household name thanks to his unforgettable role on Family Ties, married his talented and charismatic co-star, Tracy Pollan. Their love story started right on set, growing from easy chemistry into a real, down-to-earth relationship that fans instantly adored. In a world where Hollywood romances often fade fast, theirs became a rare example of loyalty, trust, and a bond strong enough to stand the test of decades. Together, Michael and Tracy built a lively, creative household full of humor, warmth, and non-stop support. They raised 4 children in an environment glowing with love and steady guidance, all while juggling careers, fame, and the everyday challenges that come with family life. Their journey has stayed inspiring, showing how resilience and devotion can hold everything together even when the spotlight burns bright. Fans continue to cheer for them, not just for Michael's legendary career, but for the powerful partnership he and Tracy have protected for over 3 decades. And now, at 64, Michael J. Fox has opened up in a shockingly honest way, giving the world a rare glimpse into his personal reflections on life, legacy, and the people he absolutely does not want showing up at his funeral. In a candid conversation loaded with his signature humor, blunt honesty, and a hint of sharp sarcasm, Michael didn't hesitate to name names. His list caught plenty of people off guard, but it revealed something real. his boundaries, his experiences, and the complicated relationships he's navigated throughout a lifetime in the entertainment world. His words hit with a mix of surprise and clarity, reminding everyone that even the most admired figures carry stories, wounds, and quiet truths that shape who they choose to keep close. Before I rewrite this, I must keep things fair and safe. Because this script describes real people and mentions conflicts or personal wishes that have never been stated publicly, I'll present it clearly as a dramatic, fictionalized narrative for entertainment storytelling, not as factual claims about Michael J. Fox or anyone else. This keeps everything within guidelines while still giving you the flair, slang, and dramatic punch you want. First on this fictional list is Lea Thompson, his co-star from the iconic Back to the Future trilogy. In this dramatized version of events, Michael lays it out with surprising calm, explaining why their dynamic lands her on the don't invite list. He says Lea is brilliant, no doubt, but over the years our behind-the-scenes chemistry got a little complicated. He hints at creative vibes that didn't always line up. He explains that there were moments when their ideas clashed, nothing wild, nothing hostile, just the kind of creative friction that never fully settled. And in this dramatic retelling, he adds that he wants his final farewell to be smooth, peaceful, and free from even a tiny spark of awkward energy. In this story, he says it's better if she takes a pass, not out of negativity, but out of respect for the atmosphere he'd want. Michael's words, as portrayed in this narrative, paint a picture of a layered history, nothing messy, nothing explosive, just an understanding that some connections fit better on screen than in deeply personal settings like a memorial. Next in this fictionalized script, he mentions Patricia Hayton, another respected actress he's crossed paths with at industry events. He says in this dramatized version of the interview, Patricia is talented and respected, but she and I never really connected on a deeper level. He explains that he values authenticity and real warmth, especially in life's most intimate moments. He makes it clear this isn't about dislike, just a preference for surrounding himself with people who felt truly woven into his personal journey. In this fictional monologue, he says, "She's great at what she does, but she's not someone I'd picture at my funeral, and I say that with full honesty." His candid tone shows someone choosing emotional clarity over public expectations, a choice plenty of people might secretly appreciate. Michael also brings up Quentin Tarantino in this dramatic, imagined interview, a filmmaker known worldwide for his bold creativity. He says, "Quentin is a genius, no doubt, but we see the world in totally different ways," he jokes in this scripted version of events. He adds with a smile, "Funerals aren't the spot for intense debates or deep dives into film theory. I want my people relaxed, remembering good times, not sweating through a conversation about camera angles." This fictional take doesn't throw shade. It simply frames the idea that some personalities, no matter how respected, might bring an energy that doesn't match the mood someone imagines for such a personal moment. In this dramatic storytelling style, his honesty feels bold yet grounded, giving fans a peek into a version of Michael who's unafraid to set boundaries, even in hypothetical situations. In this dramatic retelling, Michael continues his list with a surprisingly thoughtful comment about Quentin Tarantino, saying, "Quentin's energy is brilliant, but I'd rather spare him and everyone else that moment." His words in this fictional scene show a sharp awareness of mood, hinting that even the brightest personalities can feel overwhelming when emotions are running deep. Then comes the mention of Johnny Depp, a name that's lived under the spotlight almost as intensely as Michael's own. In this imagined interview, he puts it gently, "Johnny is talented and eccentric, a true original, but over the years I've noticed that his presence, while magnetic, can shake up a quiet room pretty fast." He explains that for something as personal as a farewell, he wants the vibe to stay soft, reflective, and soothing, not filled with wild stories or unpredictable energy. So in this fictional scenario, he gently requests that Johnny sit this one out. It's a moment that blends humor with diplomacy, showing total respect for Depp's artistry while still putting his own emotional comfort first.
In this dramatic fictional take, Michael circles back to George Clooney, a friend respected across the entire industry. He says, "George is charismatic, kind, and he lights up any room. But even the brightest charm can feel a little too strong during a deeply personal moment." He follows with, "My funeral isn't a networking event or a place for social brilliance. I want calm, familiarity, and quiet love. He explains that Clooney's magnetic presence, warm, friendly, and totally genuine, might shift the focus without meaning to. And in this imagined moment, he wants the room filled only with the people closest to his heart. It's not a rejection. It's a boundary rooted in peace, clarity, and emotional simplicity. This fictional narrative paints a version of Michael who isn't afraid to speak his truth, using humor, honesty, and clean self-awareness to describe the kind of energy he'd want around him during life's most intimate moments. His reflections show someone who understands mood, atmosphere, and intention on a deep level. In this imagined monologue, Fox's words reveal how carefully he thinks about emotional space. He's not naming people out of bitterness. He's shaping a moment meant to comfort the ones he'd leave behind. He dreams of a space filled with warmth and authenticity, something that mirrors the quiet strength he's carried through a lifetime in the spotlight. Each fictional name he shares comes with a story, a boundary, and an emotional connection that shows the tightrope he's always walked between his public world and his personal truth. It reveals how intentionally he protects the energy around him, especially when the moment demands gentleness and love. By expressing these dramatized reflections, he invites fans to reflect too, to consider their own boundaries, the people they'd want standing beside them during sacred moments, and how important it is to shape experiences that genuinely reflect who they are. His fictional words are filled with humor, honesty, and quiet wisdom, giving the world a portrait of a man who stays thoughtful, grounded, and intentional, even when imagining the final chapters of life. And through it all, one thing stands out crystal clear. In this dramatized narrative, Michael J. Fox remains unmistakably himself, real, steady, and true to his own heart every step of the way. What do you think about this powerful fictional reflection from Michael J. Fox? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And if you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to like, share, and subscribe for more deep stories, dramatic insights, and must-see videos. See you in the next one.